So as all of us know, the coronavirus has really affected things short-term in Magic in terms of a lot of gigs having to be rescheduled and put online and all this stuff. But what about all the long-term things? Things I'm saying like up to a year from now, maybe even past that. Well, in this video, I'm going to be talking about three long-term effects of the coronavirus on Magic as an industry, and at the end of the video, I'm actually going to be giving one that's actually a good thing, so stick around in this week's episode of Cole Diamond, the Magic Rogue. Hello and welcome back to Cole Diamond, the Magic Rogue, the YouTube channel where the lighting's going to be a little bit different in this video because it was thunderstorming all day. I'm your host Cole, and today we're going to be talking about long-lasting effects of the coronavirus on Magic as an industry. If you are interested in learning about Magic, I upload once every 5 days. This video is actually part of a series on my channel where I talk about three kind of different things in the category of Magic. If you want to see that playlist, click right there or right there. I don't know where it is, but there's a card somewhere on the screen. There you'll be able to see all the videos in this playlist, so like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. You got it, you're smart. So let's get into it. So effect number one is that people won't want to touch your props. I know a lot of magicians out there that are watching this are card magicians, and most of their act is people picking a card and having it put back, and you shuffle the cards and then you find the card. And that's great and everything, but now people aren't really going to be as open to touching your cards. That not only do you touch all the time, but they know that they're probably at least the 10th person to touch them that day. Now sure, in some of your tricks you could probably have them look at the card instead of taking it out and putting it back in, but not all of them. And on top of that, people won't want to touch Sharpies if you want them to sign things. They won't shuffle the cards, which those are big convincers that magicians use. I talked about this in my last video about 3 ways on how to make Magic stronger. And I talked about how just putting the Magic in the spectator's hands will make it more powerful. Well, you can't really do that right now. Sponge balls, you can't do that. If you have any trick where you're going to have them inspect the props, whether they're cards or coins or anything, you can't really have them do that. So that means that you're either going to have to figure out ways to adapt the tricks you have to have people not touch the cards as much, or use different card tricks that don't involve people touching the cards, or just use completely new tricks in general. Okay, number 2 is something that's actually going to affect you differently depending on where you are and how where you are is reacting to the coronavirus. More specifically, I'm talking about how the coronavirus is kind of releasing its grip for now, in that a lot of restaurants are beginning to open up again. I'm talking restaurant Magic ending up being very different and probably something that's going to be on the decline for 6 months to a year. What I mean by that is that, you know, first of all, a lot of restaurants have been closed for a while, and opening back up, they might not be able to afford a magician, and I'll probably make a video at some point going over tips and tricks about restaurant Magic. One of those is that you don't want to have to rely on tips. You want the restaurant to pay you, and the restaurant might not be in the financial situation to be able to pay you right now. Also, a lot of restaurants right now are having every other table have people at it to like keep distance between parties. Well, if there's a guy who wants to go from table to table with the same props doing the same tricks, then maybe there's no point in doing that at all, and you might be carrying germs around. It's also kind of unsafe for you as a magician. Moreover, even if you do perform in front of these people, you'll be at the same limitations that I just talked about. Now, if you're living in an area that's being less cautious, shall we say, about coronavirus, and it's just kind of opening up and going business as usual, you might not have to worry about that. And that's kind of why I said at the beginning that it depends on your situation. So it could be a bad thing, or it might even be a good thing if like everybody's flocking to restaurants and you're having lots of business. Okay, number 3. At the beginning of this video, I teased that at the end I would be talking about a good thing for Magic. And this is what I'm going to be saying. Zoom Magic. Okay, so before quarantine, there was really no such thing as a virtual magic show for the most part. And then quarantine started virtual magic shows as replacements for actual magic shows. But when quarantine is over and everybody's out and about, maybe virtual magic shows will stick around. Think about it like this. If you're a professional magician, you could start offering Zoom shows for a slightly lower price that you could do from your house or your studio or wherever, really. Not only does this leave you open to more gigs in that it's a little bit lower of a price and it's a little more convenient for you to do, but you'll open yourself to all new audiences. Think about it like this. In an office setting, right, they're probably not going to hire a professional magician because in an office, there's nowhere really to perform. There's a meeting room, but that's like just enough area to fit everybody who works there and not really anybody else. If now they have the ability to hire you to do magic virtually, they can get everyone into that meeting room, just have you on the screen, still interacting with them. Now that opens you up to all types of businesses that previously wouldn't hire magicians at all, that can now hire magicians, which means more gigs and more money. All right, everyone, that's 3 ways that the coronavirus will affect magic long term. Now, I could probably think of a few more of these, so if you want me to do a part 2, I can probably do that. I'll probably do a bunch more videos before that. I have something really special planned for the next video, so stay tuned on that. Like I said, I upload once every 5 days, so if you're watching this around the time that it comes out, then my next video will be on, let's see, Tuesday of next week. I have a Twitter, go follow me there for all kinds of behind the scenes and announcements. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you subscribe and ring the bell, that means you'll join the Rogues Gallery, my notification squad. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you all later. Cold Diamond out.